to Pep-C Sensual Love Boat, the podcast name that has absolutely nothing to do with the podcast. Joined again by Be Delightful.
What is up, my Yang Gagers? Are you ready to secure the bag when we vote for Andrew Yang 2020? $1,000 a month, baby.
All right.
That's how I wanted to start this off.
So what do you want to start out talking about? Like, there's a lot. I feel like.
There's a lot of current events, especially
and topics. And
I guess we could just briefly touch on this Andrew Yang thing because this is like crazy. This guy just has like come out of nowhere politically, and the memes are amazing. They're just kind of like rehashed 2016 God Emperor Trump memes, but we literally just like replace the equation. Literally just add Andrew Yang, replace the wall with that $1,000 a month because he has this sort of his plan is like basic universal income. I don't know how we'll do it, but like he thinks everyone should get a dividend of at least $1,000 a month. And if he's like, if you qualify for X amount of welfare, we'll pay the remainder of that. So your total making, $1,000 a month in some way. Even if it's a weird thing. It's like, how's it gonna pay for it? I don't know. I mean, like everyone's pointing their fingers towards like stop funding Israel, and we're like, yeah, it's pretty global as shit to fucking fund Israel and shit. Doesn't really matter what side you're on, It's a waste of money. I don't
know. Yeah, I've been seeing those memes, but I don't really know much. I haven't been really following it. I've just been seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, there's like a theory that like he's been funding those memes. I mean, that's how you do it. Donald Trump was basically memed into presidency. All the Pepe the Frog memes and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's entertaining and it's a great meme.
Yeah. Well, there's something I want to talk about, but I was debating if I should talk about it or not, but I'm gonna go for it because I already kind of so it involves the Cinemassacre stuff. I'm at this point where I look up to James Rolfe, but at this point, like I've said so much stuff about that channel, this podcast and stuff, other live streams that I pretty much I don't need to censor myself or have this fake. Since I look up to him so much, I'm like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. So
pretend to be a diehard fan. Exactly. I see. Yeah. He's gone way downhill. And
because there's somewhat like I've been wanting to talk about this because I think like you and then one of my other friends like the only ones that like really get when I joke around about like Mike McKay and stuff, and like nobody else even fucking knows or like.
I've been watching this channel fucking forever, So
same here. I've been watching it since I was like a kid.
I know, so like that channel's really nostalgic for me because like it was one of the first, like other than Nostalgia Critic, I discovered him first, and he's already down. He died a long time ago, and then history was deleted when, like, with Nostalgia Critic at first it was like, shit. Well, he sucks now, but at least we have the old stuff. And then when the change the channel stuff happened, and like just the whole history of that fucking garbage website was laid out, it makes it hard to enjoy the old stuff now because you're thinking like, man, there was so much awful shit going on.
What's funny is we were messaging each other the other day or so, or was it? I don't remember when it was, but it was funny. It's funny that the two people on that website well, not in real life, but online I've spoken to are Larry and Brad, and those are the ones that are surviving.
Yeah.
The two I just so happen to have spoken to are the ones that are still on there.
Yeah, and Guru, Brad Jones, I think because he's such a popular figure, just from the entirety of the channel, I think he's just sort of staying quiet, just kind of not addressing the issue at all, kind of like the rest of the cast members have. Guru Larry, on the other hand, like he's just joking about the fact that he's the only one left. Like he has no respect for the channel itself, and I guess they're just keeping him out of desperation. Because I think
have they even added anybody? Like
I don't know. I don't know. I remember SF Debris used to be on there. I used to watch him a lot when I was in, because I watched his like Doctor Who videos and his Red Dwarf stuff. But like I know he joined Channel Awesome at one point. I don't even know if he's still back on there. Let's go to Channel Awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I remember that dude. Wasn't he did he have like glasses and wore like some robe thing or some shit?
SF Debris?
Yeah.
No, I don't think we've ever seen his face. I think you're thinking of what's his name? Clan of the No.
Wasn't Angry Geek or some shit?
No.
Because he talked about he talked about Doctor Who.
Yeah, he had it was like Who series. For the record, my favorite Doctor Who series that was ever on Channel Awesome would be the Twatty Who reviews with Diamanda Hagen, because those were just so fucking funny to me. Because like she would roast at some episodes that I fucking hated in that show, so it's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Diamanda Hagen was fucking crazy.
But do you follow I'm assuming you do. Do you follow the Cinemassacre Truth subreddit?
I don't use Reddit that much, but I have like poured through it just based off the links you've said.
Yeah. I go on there maybe every day. I was actually on there for a bit, but I deleted my Reddit account altogether, so I'm not on there. I don't show up anymore. Yeah.
I just love that there's an entire subreddit dedicated to this.
And it's like popular. It's growing. It gets popular. It's growing.
A place to openly discuss all things Cinemassacre that the Cinemassacre mods don't want you talking about. It's basically just a rant channel.
Yeah. I love
I love at the very top it's those very racist Mike Matei that were eventually discovered.
You know why he didn't they didn't nobody published those comics, right? Because nobody had the balls to publish it. That's his own words. He said that on some like it was a comment somewhere. I think it was on the old
I could hear him saying that though, like nobody had the balls to punish my comics. Motherfucker right here.
I was watching because I noticed that there's always new guys on this channel, and whenever there's like a James
fat and Mike, bastards.
Then whenever there's a James and Mike Monday video or anything, there's always like they'll show them a game and they're like totally disinterested. And I was watching the one that actually kind of pissed me off was I was watching the Shadow of Colossus one last night. It wasn't James and Mike one, but it was a Mike live stream, and that Tony guy was on there. And
the Tony guy that like kind of really soft.
He's the one that laughs a lot.
He's like the puffy one. He's a little chubby.
Yeah,
he's so soft. He looks like a human marshmallow.
Yeah, I don't want to. Tony was like showing him this game and stuff, and for like 4 hours, and Mike just kept like he's like, "Oh look, Mike, isn't this cool?" And Mike was just like talking about like irrelevant shit, like Count Chocula and all this shit.
I think like James and Mike's enjoyment of video games ends at like 2003. Like you just can't picture them playing new games that aren't Nintendo games. Like they'll probably play.
There's a video I watched. It was the Resident Evil 2 one, and it's a PS4 one, and so like, all right, today we're playing Resident Evil 2 for PS4. And then James asked, I think his name's Kieran, I think, and James asked him, he's like, is this only on PlayStation? And he asked like, is this on any other system? He's like, yeah, it's on PlayStation and also on Xbox. And then he did it because he didn't mention Nintendo, and James like. He just said James looks so disappointed in his face, like, oh, okay.
Do you think James has ever played like a PC game? Like on a modern machine? There's no way James owns a gaming PC.
No. I remember that video where they talked about how the AVGN games, because those are all PC games, and how they didn't know how to record it, and they just pointed the camera to the screen, which is really weird to me.
Yeah, like PC games are the easiest to record. Just record your screen.
It's easier to record a PC game than like a fucking Atari 2600 game,
or just his the DVD recorders. Like that's hilarious.
Yeah, like I'll actually use the DVD recorders sometimes for game footage, but but the PC, like recording off the PC is way. The PC games are so easy. It's just
OBS. It's all free stuff.
Yeah.
Use frickin' Fraps if you have to.
Yeah.
Use Fraps if you have to, and just crop out the watermark. Unregistered hypercam.
I also thought it was weird because he said that, because I always assumed he was like a good editor, like, you know. Because like he seems to know a lot about like editing, so that's why I thought it was odd. I was like,
you think he'd know? Well, because most video software has a built-in screen recorder like function to it. Like it has its, like I've used Camtasia that has its own screen recorder option. So I'm like, you think that never come up? Like just when he's using some software and he sees that option, like, ooh, I can record my screen. Has he watched a single video on YouTube before? From the dawn of YouTube's existence, there were screen recorded videos. Use unregistered hypercam, record their screen, and the kid didn't have like a microphone or anything, so they would always type out what they were doing on fucking Notepad or some shit.
Yeah.
God, we got to go back to that. All the anti-SJW YouTubers, they can't use microphones anymore. They can talk about Marvel Woman and Black Panther and on fucking Notepad.
Yeah. I was watching this convention video, because James always goes to those conventions, and some of the new dudes were there, and it was one of them, the Justin one, which I've spoken to before one time, like a couple of years ago. I don't know. It was before he showed up. It was on one of his videos. I don't know. It was something like that. And it was him, James, and Ryan. And I like how some people refer to Ryan as the Godfather of the because he pretty much runs he always say he runs the channel, and like
hey, James, we gotta make a new video.
And then James like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I think
so at the convention, there's this guy, one of the fans asked, he's like, so James, how are you going to review the one of the Aquaman game for GameCube? And then James was about to answer, and then Justin comes in, cuts James off, and is all like, "No, we're not gonna do that game because JonTron and some other reviewers have already done it." Okay, thank you for your question. Just totally cut him off. Like it's like James is lawyer, like it's his lawyer.
No, it's like James is fucking like Brian Wilson or something. And everyone else is just like, come on, James, time to make a new video. James is like,
he is Brian Wilson.
James Rolfe is the Brian Wilson of videos. I'm posting that later. Yeah, he just
James. I think it's funny to use his face as the thumbnail in the rental reviews, even though he's like the fucking least talkative one on there.
That is so sad. No, that's literally.
And most of the time, James he just goes, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is literally like I went to a Brian Wilson show in November and I even paid extra to go see the sound check, and it was kind of sad. Brian Wilson wouldn't say a thing until he was spoken to, and like they would rarely ask for his opinion anyway because like what the hell does he know about sound setup anymore? He's old and he has one working ear. So it's just like sometimes we'll be like, hey, it's a little loud. Oh, okay. Very sad.
Yeah, James. It's just, and he always says he doesn't have enough time, which I think is, I mean, he says that because his kids, and so I get that he has a family and stuff, but like,
he's got a wife.
He some of the stuff, it's like, come on, like, do you like? He'll only like be able to do like a rental review for like 10 minutes, and like, well, time's up. It's like, come on, like, and he's just yeah, and there's always that meme on the Reddit.
Do you think he edits his own videos anymore?
He doesn't.
He does not?
Even the last tweet, he said 2 new AVGN episodes in the work. One is in production, and the other is being edited by the editors right now. He said the editors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. It's the days of DIY James are gone, you know?
Yeah,
like it used to be so DIY. Like he had people helping him out, but like, you know, for the first 100 episodes or more, it was all just kind of just James and Mike DIY, you know?
Yeah, well, I felt like the channel, which was cool, and it just seemed like he like made whatever he wanted.
It was so cozy. But
yeah.
You know, I get it though. Like he's got 2 kids now. The economy is shit or something. You know, he's probably not making as much money as he used to because the state of video production is completely different now. There's no blip TV and shit like that. It's like,
and it's kind of interesting. Yeah. There's like I guess there's like I mean, the channel has grown, I guess, but like the audience, I guess the new audience is like a completely different audience. Yeah. They might not like, we make fun of this stuff, but they probably don't really see they're funny about it. They probably just see it as some other modern YouTube channel. So.
Yeah, well, like that's what the point I was trying to get to is just like, yeah. So the state of the channel has changed because he's got to keep up with the modern way to make videos with paid. You know, you got to do ads. Sponsored content. You got to do Audible and stuff like that. You got to do streams now. You got to have lots of videos all the time. I hardly even know what goes up on that channel anymore because it's all I see is just streams and all this different stuff. And it's like, who are you people? So much work has been outsourced. That's like the channel.
Not James. I almost said James Nintendo Nerd. My God,
that's all far back.
Because I was gonna say the James Nintendo Nerd. I was gonna say James Nintendo Nerd channel, but it's Cinemassacre. I forgot. Yeah. On the Cinemassacre channel, the rental, all those videos and stuff, the sponsored, like the intros of the videos are so fucking long. Like I skip through them, and then it's like and they're done in like within 7 minutes of the video. It's
Yeah, what confuses me so much about rental reviews is that like it's like you don't know when the skits are stopping and starting. I don't know, like they have like little skit kind of things or just like fake dialogue, and then they start talking, but then they might like slip back into a bit of a scripted thing and then talk about it again. It's like you're not copying half in the bag right. You do the scripted stuff first, and then you discuss the movie, and then go back to the scripted thing at the end.
Yes,
you're not doing it right. You're making me confused. It's I'm also really high right now.
Remember that? Did I ever say that Reddit post where the guy says was given a video idea to them, and he's all like, it would be called The Disc of the Dreadful or whatever. And do you remember that one?
No, I don't think so.
Oh God, I gotta read it on here. You'll fucking be laughing. Oh my God. Okay. Hold on. What's it called? I'm trying to find the post, but yeah, it's a total riff off of fucking half of the bag, the editing. God damn it! Did I not bookmark it? Oh shit! I fucking hate myself. I hate when I don't bookmark something. I was gonna come out up quicker. Disc of the Dread. Oh, I think that's what it's called. Having the insert. Anyways, the guy in the post was pretty much saying, "Hey, I have an idea. I want to pitch the rental review guys. I have a new series. It was like I have a new series called Disc and the Dreadful. It's where you guys you have you line up DVDs and you pick one by random, and then he's all like and then you have 3 movies and you pick which one's the worst at the end, and then you destroy it." And he said it's like a similar episode called Rental Review. that was like a genius post.
Dude, someone posted a clip of the Evening with Ganondorf Dragmire talk show thing, and that just makes me miss that how random the channel the website would be. Like, you'd have Angry Video Game Nerd, you'd have a movie review, and you'd have a weird cartoon where he's being interviewed by Ganon, and you'd shit pickle and fucking Wizard of Oz 3. Like, God, there was so much stuff on that channel that was so niche and DIY, and it was its own thing. And now it's just a thing of a thing.
I wouldn't even have this YouTube channel without James. This is funny. That was pretty much why I created this YouTube channel.
Yeah, he influenced the whole scene of critics and stuff like that. He got that fucking thing started.
I started out as a AVGN buff.
That's awesome. I tried to make my own fucking AVGN style videos. Never finished.
That was like a landfill a long time ago. There's so many fucking game he just left the face of the internet. Nobody knows what happened to him. The last thing they heard about him was he was stalking some girl.
Oh, wasn't it? Don't you mean what's his name? Like the gaming cartographers? Was that it? The gaming cartographer? He was like stalking a girl or something. I don't know.
I thought it was Game Dude did that. I know.
Huh?
And he went to Mexico. They made a video. His last video was like in Mexico, and he's like, "All right, this is a goodbye." And I was like,
I think Well, I remember Mr. Medicoor like alluded to that.
Yeah.
In one of his videos. But in the video at whole, he talked about the gaming cartographer. So I don't know if he was referring to the same dude.
It might have been his like other channel or something. Could have been.
Gaming cartographer.
He went by different names. I know. So.
What I know about gaming cartographer is that he was like, he lobbied a lot to get on Channel Awesome, but that never happened. So he made his own Kickstarter movie, in which he would hire Doug and Malcolm to be in the movie.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's sort of like
not Game Dude. It's this other dude. I know who you're talking about. I've seen that video a long time ago.
Where you
is it a dude that he wore a fedora sometimes?
Yeah, and he board games. Yeah,
I remember he uploaded a trailer of it, and it showed James in the trailer for a little bit. Like he just filmed it at a convention. Just.
I think he's just gonna buy his way into making a Channel Awesome movie. I love how one of the reward tiers was it's like, we'll record a little 5-minute message for you or something like that. And if you like video game, or if you don't want any of that, he'll buy you a video game. Like, the fuck? And then they end the video with a fucking rhyme or something like that. That's the most hilarious Patreon tier or crowdfunding tier you could ever think of. I'll buy you a video game. There's nothing unique about that. You can buy yourself a video game. If you want a physical gift from a guy you're donating to, it's got to be something he's had his hands on, or just some product he's making. I don't fucking know. He gives you his foreskin or something.
You know what's weird? There's so many. Okay, so the reviewer community that it's kind of, so there's the top which is like James, JonTron, all those guys, Doug. Those are like the top
peanut butter gamer.
Those are like the most mainstream, like. And then it's weird. It's like there's like levels. Like there's bottom tier. And then there's different like groups, and they all kind of knew each other. That's like the top. Those are like the most popular.
The bottom tier is literally just everyone. Like, because everyone,
like, and then there's like
everyone uploads there. Everyone uploads there. Anyone who uploads their sort of amateur porn of games. Anyone who just uploads any gameplay footage, that's the bottom tier because they're literally no one watches the videos.
Yeah, that's like the bottom. But then there's like the second layer. Second layer is like Irate Gamer. Like it's kind of middle. Like people know them, but they're not as like.
Irate Gamer is sort of like, yeah, it's like those people who like started, they still upload, but like they've just gone complete like YouTube formula just in order to survive. Like Irate Gamer, I feel like he's like that. I don't know. Yeah, because he doesn't really.
And there's third tier, which is like I'm actually subscribed to him. I was in his group, one of his group chat or Facebook groups one time. Like there's like the people that are like that were kind of on the scene, but they were kind of like underground, but they're like the most popular of the underground, which was like people like Silent Rob or like fucking. There's like a few others, like Armac21, I think that's his name. What was his name? There's like people like that. And then the bottom was like fucking everybody else.
You'd have sort of like in like the beta tier, you'd have people like Handsome Tom and 8-Bit Mickey. And stuff like, yeah, those people. And then you'd have like actual celebrities too, like what's her name? The red hair. Felicia Day, because she's like an actor, but like she's also just kind of a bit of a gaming YouTuber because like her only niche has just been appealing to nerd culture.
Yeah,
shit.
But fucking you know who has fucking how can we talk about all these people? We have never brought up a Spoonie. Spoonie.
Oh, Spoonie. What a...
He's just... I don't even know what he's doing right now. I don't even know... Like, he just kind of fell off. He kind of quit.
Yeah. Well, I think he went insane. Like...
Yeah.
He just... Yeah, he completely fell off the grid. Like... He's, like, not mentally been well.
So, I remember the last, like, few videos he made. There's one where... he was talking about the Spoonie movie that never happened, and then there was the.
Well, that's like
there was the other one where he was showing off these board games, and he's all like pitching it to like Jimmy Fallon that his video should be like a segment.
Oh my god! Or shit, like he'd have all this like he would not keep up with his Patreon stuff. Like they would have these sort of Patreon streams, that like he like. Or like he would just not fulfill his like vlog. He had this like vlogs and stuff, like wrestle vlogs.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like, yeah,
they had the role playing ones.
Yeah, and like these sort of get together streams that like he was just not dedicated.
You know that Varg, you know that Uncle Varg is actually subscribed to Spoonie.
That was hilarious.
Because I went to channel subscription to Varg one time, and he was like, no ant watch.
Now Varg, on the other hand, like, he doesn't do any of that Patreon stuff because his videos do not require any money to make. This is easy. They cost me nothing. I love it. It's every description he has that long fucking speech about how he doesn't use Patreon. Let's find out.
Now, would you consider Varg an alpha male or beta male? He's hard.
I mean, like, he really did kill a guy.
Yeah.
But, like, he's been so... I think, okay, if he murdered Euronymous and admitted to it, like, all the way, I think that would make him alpha. But the fact that he murdered Euronymous and to this day won't admit it, has all these stories about it, says it's in self-defense, I think that makes him a little beta. At least as far as, like, black metal standards. Like,
and Varg, he always says like he's a traditional like European and all this, but like I don't know, he's kind of like he says a lot of stuff, but really isn't kind of thing.
His dad worked with Saddam Hussein.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Like he but like his wife's like autistic, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like it isn't really what I think of as a traditional woman. Like he always brags about. It's like I don't know. He always says a lot of stuff like that, and it kind of contradicts what actually things are.
Yeah, he's fucking. I don't know what's so fucking traditional about black metal in the first place. Like. Unless he's going like,
well, now he's too cool for black metal. He ended now he just makes the weird like,
hello, dude. I had a sound. I had to make a sound. I had to make a soundscape in my sound arts class, and I was fucking joking about like making just a Bursum fucking soundscape. I went for just like a more like ambient fucking like Blade Runner sounding thing, but like I got ambient Norwegian Odin spells. Fuck Philosophem. Fuck wow. Real fucking black metal is ambient Odin Oblivion soundtrack.
He needs to do the soundtrack for the next Elder Scrolls game.
That would be so cool. That would be so fucking funny.
Actually, his favorite video game is Morrowind. He said that one time. That's his favorite.
Yeah, I believe it, and I believe he considers Oblivion and Skyrim just awful because of their because of Morrowind's meticulous detail. So he fucking considers Oblivion and Skyrim like lesser games to an extreme fucking disdain for them.
One of my favorite videos is when he's outside and his neighbor's like cutting down some trees, and he's all like, "You listen, you hear that? It's that fucking boomer over there."
Yeah, he fucking hates boomers. Like, I love it. He's like the final generation. They could not be saved by us because we were fucked by the boomers. The boomers ruined us, and there might be still hope for the Generation Z.
There was what was I gonna say? Something about Varg. What was it? I like that one video title, like someone's video title. Like he's like niggas in the woods. But how was I gonna say
I'll ask you this. Out of if James Rolfe is like the Brian Wilson of gaming video makers, who would the Varg be of like the Cinemassacre Channel Awesome circle? Who is the Varg of the group? Would it be Spoony? I don't know. Spoony is almost at that extreme. I don't know. Who went the closest to murdering someone?
Is it so? You're saying is it Cinemassacre Channel or them combined?
Like from that scene of all those people, who would the Varg be? The Varg.
Well, I know who. Well, I know what reviewer is the Varg.
Who
is Mr. Anime? He's the Varg of reviewers.
Did he kill someone?
Yeah, he's the anime reviewer that killed his parents.
Holy shit!
So he's like the Varg of
my God.
reviewers. He's the Varg of reviewers.
The Varg of like YouTube would probably be like. Varg, why did I even say that? But I don't know, maybe like Randy Stair, that guy who was like fucking in love. He was like some sort of autogynephiliac. And
then dead. Then Juwario's the dead of the scene.
But no, but this guy was like an autogynephiliac because he really thought he was Ember from Danny Phantom. And then like he just like drove himself to fucking murdering. He literally murdered like all his coworkers or a lot of coworkers at his convenience store. It was really fucking sad. And he uploaded like gigabytes on gigabytes of manifesto. It was disturbing. And it's just like that really sad.
There was
guy really needed help.
Then like the dead of that kind of scene would be of course Juario.
Oh my god. Yeah, that dude. I remember like I was legit sad when Juario died.
I was too.
And I used to watch that clip where he was like telling the people on the stream, like, you're not stupid, you're not an idiot. It's a really nice speech. And I used to watch that when I got sad. And then to find out that Juario was a fucking rapist. Oh my god. Stay down.
Yeah. And now it's funny. I remember when it was first announced, well, not the second time that the pedo stuff. And then if you go on the YouTube comments, the front comments were like the top comments were all like, "Oh, we miss you" and all this stuff. Then you put new comments and it's like, "Fuck you, I'll be burning in hell" and stuff.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and people making like anti-Semitic jokes and stuff. Yeah, that was the first time it was like, what the fuck? But the second time it was like, oh. Yeah.
And then, oh my god. It's just hilarious. Like, Channel Awesome is literally like contractually bound to exist forever because Mike Machado is in charge and they can't fire him because he owns the rights to Nostalgia Critic. Nostalgia Critic is what brings it together. So, like, it's like, I don't know. My stoned brain is trying to comprehend. It's like some vicious cycle that like contractually makes the channel impossible to kill without like
they're like the Nostalgia Critic and Andrew Gavin are like the Simpsons and Family Guy of YouTube.
Yeah, like there's no like I don't know. I would like to see what contracts are actually keeping Simpsons on for this long because it has to be a contract thing. Who's watching The Simpsons?
It's a contract thing because they sign. It's funny. Usually, like contracts, like some TV shows are long running. Like they'll have like 4-season contract, then it ends and they sign a new one.
Yeah,
and it's just that's what they're doing. But which is so
weird. In England, it's usually season by season. It's always like, will it get renewed? I don't know.
Well, in UK, it's the I like how they do it over there because it's not every year or anything. It's just
well, actually, no. About you notice in when UK people are talking about series, they say series instead of season. That's because actually, like each season, what we would call it of a show is technically classified as its own 6-episode series.
Right.
That's
because like
it literally counts as its own series each time.
Yeah, because I remember like reading stuff where like people were like ranking TV shows, and they're obviously British people. Because they would say stuff like Blackadder series too, and then they'd say, "Oh, what Blackadder series for?" But it's like, it's we consider it part of the same series. But
I think Doctor Who wasn't though, because when you say season of Doctor Who, it means when you say season of Doctor Who, that means the classic show because those were actually called seasons. Now we call them series. Because I guess those are individually classed as. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, but I like how they do it over there because they actually like do it when they come up with stuff instead of just every year we have to pump out a new season of the show.
Sometimes you just wait. Sometimes you wait a good couple years for a new season of an English show to come out because there's just like, we'll wait on it.
Yeah, and you don't want to like. Yeah, The Simpsons is just like weird. I watch some of the newer episodes here and there, and it's like it seems lazy. Like they don't want to be there. It's like that's what I'm saying. It reminds me of, like the State of Cinemassacre or something like where it's just like they're just doing it because they've been doing it for a long time.
You can tell like Nostalgia Critic is running his series on a like I don't know, like a formula that allows it to be like as minimal fucking effort as possible at this point so we can just keep mass producing it. Yeah, my brain is trying to fucking piece what my originally thought, but that's basically what I'm trying to. It's like he's clearly got some kind of like multiple things running at once, and he's got to be hiring like ghost writers to review shit for him.
Oh yeah,
because what's the like? There's no way Doug even gives a shit about opinions anymore. Like
He's been doing it for 10, 11, 12 years.
Like there's no way these videos exist as actual. They're not even fucking criticism videos. At this point, I think it doesn't even fucking matter what his opinion is. He's just making things to make jokes. He is literally just writing. It's like writing The Critic, the cartoon show. That's basically what it is at this point.
Yeah, it is.
He's just writing a fictional critic. I don't think, and like, I think all of his opinions are fucking his own opinions to an extent. Like, clearly he's watching these. So, but he's giving, like, you know, he actually gives a shit about this fucking, I don't know. I don't think he really gives too deep of a shit. He just wants to have a semi-honest opinion about something and then just make it sound extreme so that his fictional character can keep fucking thriving. No one really fucking values Nostalgia Critic's opinion. People go to actual critics if they want a fucking like opinion on stuff to trust. Really? No one watches a Nostalgia Critic because because as Nostalgia Critic fans, we would always say like he's a satire of a critic. So in the end, we all kind of believed that he was never really a true critic because when other people would confront, like, I don't know, if like someone was like, hey, Nostalgia Critic sucks because his opinions suck, and you're like, his opinions are satire. Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't even know.
I feel like the first run of Nostalgia Critic and this run are like completely different series. They're not even the same series. They're just
like, oh god, I can't do this anymore. Like, most actors, like, yeah, I don't know, fucking like actors in Hollywood can move on from anything, but YouTube stars have to stay with one character forever. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
like you're stuck playing one character for the rest of your life.
I remember people didn't like demo reel he did, but like some of the like I feel like James, like I feel like the reason I feel like demo reel actually wasn't because it wasn't because there wasn't Nostalgia Critic, because it just wasn't that good.
Yeah,
that was the only reason. That was the only reason. If it was like, yeah, it was like there's only a few episodes, and that's not really fair to like judge like the series at first. But it didn't start strong, or it just kind of was. And
they like didn't really have consistent It was supposed to be, it's like a series, it's a fictional series, but like they didn't have consistent episode lengths or anything like that. Like they'd have like a 10-minute episode and then like just a shorter one that really doesn't matter too much to the plot. I don't know. Yeah, they didn't really stick to like a.
And that's the reason why. And I think a lot of these YouTubers, these big YouTubers, I think can go on to do fucking the greatest example is Joji.
Like, yeah.
He's the greatest example. He fucking, he has some, I think he had some balls what he did.
Yeah.
Because his character was like, I think his peak was kind of, he peaked like mid 2010s, but like fucking, but his videos like were really popular. Like, that character.
Yeah.
And still had like a new, he always got like new audience and stuff, but like then he went to the music route, the serious music route, but he's still like he's like almost more successful at that.
Yeah, more people seem to know about Joji now. Like people I went to high school with, and their younger siblings are all like, I see them on their Spotify's like listening to Joji. Like, you guys didn't even know who Filthy Frank was, and you're listening to Joji.
Yeah, and you could do a lot of YouTubers could pull stuff like that. I think James could pull something like that if he just did that with like film. I think he could pull it off. I think
James should go into he should do like TV, or he should do like Adult Swim. He should do Adult Swim, like, because Adult Swim is now making shows that are like YouTube series, because Adult Swim has so much like DIY stuff out there.
Adult Swim, you do not have, that's a channel you don't have to worry about the quality of the show.
Yeah, Adult Swim is so DIY. That's why it's always been dope.
Yeah,
no matter what shitty shows eventually make their way on there, that's always just like, it's like you tune into some Adult Swim because you don't know what you're fucking getting, and always, that's why I admire it so much, because it's always like it's just like always bringing all this multimedia stuff together. It works with YouTubers, it works with streamers, it works with podcasters. They collaborate and they have people send in their beats, people send in their art, submitting their stuff. Like people you start watching on YouTube, suddenly they're suddenly featured on Adult Swim, and it's awesome. Like Jack Stauber, like he makes those like really weird little mini like mini music videos like would you like a peppermint you can have, and like with his weird animation style and music style. I'm pretty sure he's featured on Adult Swim recently, so it's just like that's so cool to see Adult Swim do that, and I think James could thrive in Adult Swim.
I think he has the I think the clout to do that.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, he has a pretty good like. I mean, I know he's done a lot of Angry Joker stuff mostly, but like his resume to do other stuff, I think looks good for the most part. He did the successful YouTube series, has millions of subscribers, made a movie, and then has a fucking video games based off of him. So
yeah, like
he has it right there.
Like man, yeah, he could go into TV, and everyone who watches Adult Swim has probably watched AVGN at some point in their lives. And maybe when he starts on Adult Swim, it'll be kind of like, haha, look at Angry Video Game Nerd. He's doing TV now. That's odd. I haven't watched him in a while. Like some of the people who are not as nostalgic about him as we are. I don't know. But then he could probably prove himself. He can make something crazy. Make fucking Wizard of Oz 3, Dorothy Goes to Hell and shit.
I've always thought like I thought it was not that long time ago that like Angry Viewing could have easily been an Adult Swim series or something. Like, I don't know. Like it could have, but yeah, he could easily. And I know he's like trying to make a movie right now. I guess he's writing on, but a horror movie, and that's what I've always been kind of more That's why I've been more interested in, like with that stuff. Like,
yeah, he should go back to his horror roots. That would be so awesome.
Because I'm just tired of the Angry. You can tell like he just doesn't want to like. He doesn't have the energy. The last one he was like seemed enthusiastic in was the Earthbound video. Because they said that James was like addicted to that game for a while and stuff, and like
so there's clearly a lot of passion into it.
Yeah, and that's why it was such a good video. It was like one of the best nerd videos in a long time.
Yeah, I guess it really is his last true great film. But like it is sad that like, you know, James started making movies because he liked monster movies. He liked horror movies. All of his movies, like most of his movies are fucking horror movies of some kind. But then like, you know, Angry Video Game Nerd happened. So once James finally gets a chance to make like a feature film, it has to be the only way he can make that really happen is on the coattails of his video game reviewer character, and that's sad. Like, so I hope he really can make another film totally divorced from that. I would really love to see James.
I did like that. What he did that the Memo the Elf or whatever, that video, which was like his last short film he made. That was not Cinemaster character related or anything. Yeah, the Memo of the Elf. It was like that mockumentary that like it was trying to look like one of those paranormal shows.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, that was his. It was actually good. I thought it was good. That was like his last like short film thing. That's not Cinemaster character, Cinemaster canon related. That's a way to put it. Like, but yeah, he can still do it. He still has the name, but it's just, and he's trying to. I know he's like trying to write an autobiography, which could go both ways. Could be interesting, or it could just. I feel like it might just be a rehash of things we already know about him, stuff he said in other videos. So, yeah,
I remember fucking the Cinemassacre 200 film way back in the day.
Yeah,
it was so cool. And then Dragon in My Dreams, of course. That's, you know, legendary, being just such a fucking sad video and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd state right now. Yeah, the new guy's taking over. Then Yeah, Mike just took over the Olsen Masker channel. He just made it his pretty much. He's just making fucking gaming videos, and he is the Chad of Cinema Massacre. So yeah,
sad.
I like how he always acknowledges that Inspector Gadget video. He makes tweets about it and stuff.
Yeah. Did you ever watch like Silvagana or shit? Silvagana?
I think it sounds familiar.
He was like this because there was this channel that uploaded actual music from video games. It was like Gilva Sunner. So this guy made his channel called Silvagana, where he would pretend to upload these clips, but they would be like just the completely different songs, but he would disguise them as he would like use the real MIDI instruments from these songs and then make it start to sound like one of the actual themes, but then he would totally fuck it up and change it. And that was so clever about it. So like you think you were about to hear Bloody Tears from Castlevania 2, but then it turns into the AVGN theme, or one of the most one of the most popular ones was he used the Flintstones theme a lot. He used, and also I think he's actually responsible. I think he's responsible more or less for We Are Number One becoming as big as it was. He really helped push that. Yeah, I think so.
Reminds me of Pogo.
Oh yeah, Pogo.
Yeah, it takes the sounds from the just random sound bits from the movies.
Yeah, it was like Disney movie and stuff.
Yeah,
he made some good stuff, but turns out he's like really homophobic, like, or like was trying, but he's like, you misinterpret what I've said about me being glad that he said he was glad that the Pulse shooting happened, and then like he had to clarify, like, I didn't actually mean I was glad about it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, you piece of shit? Actually, like, did you just fucking load an M1 Garand rifle or something? Yeah, that's the most satisfying.
My water bottle.
It's the most satisfying sound a gun has ever made. I'm not even a gun nerd, but
it's my water bottle.
I'm not even a gun nerd, but I go crazy for that M1 Garand. Ping! Because I played Medal of Honor Allied Assault, man. I fell in love with that gun. It was so awesome.
Those are underrated.
Yeah, but about Silvagana though, like, I guess all his videos disappeared, but he did upload a video talking about the status of the channel, so I'll check that out. But like all the videos disappeared, and it was like, no, worst. Ugh.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. What else do you want to talk? Is there anything you wanted to talk about? Since we've been talking about the AVG and stuff for a long time.
Yeah, I was trying to like think of what sort of current stuff is going on. Kendrick Lamar made his Twitter icon black and his background photo black, so I guess that means he's gonna upload something soon. I wish artists would find a more original way to like tease at something happening on their social media other than just the fucking deleting all their stuff and making their Twitter go black. Like, it makes me think you want to. Other people do that, and you on in regular social media when people do that, then makes you think they want to kill themselves. Whenever someone like uploads just a black photo, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna kill me. Usually don't, but it's just like disconcerting. But like when social media stars do it, it's like, not social media, celebrity musicians do that. It's like, oh, new album. Jeez, at least just like upload like a bit pixel of the front cover or something.
I actually like when artists they just drop something.
Yeah.
Not announced, just drop. I mean, yeah, I know Eminem did that. I mean, that wasn't. I don't like that album, but like, I prefer that kind of. There's no tease. Just, all right, here we go.
Nobody saw Venom.
And people are like, what?
Nobody saw Venom coming.
Yeah.
It just happened. Gotta get that.
Yeah.
Gotta get. Unironically, one of my favorite, or ironically, one of my favorite songs of last year. So bad, it's good.
Yeah. But yeah, Kendrick is probably dropping something. Obvious. It's been a couple years since his last album. So
well, it's the cycle. He always does 2 years. So
yeah,
a lot of artists that pattern. That's fine.
Yeah.
So, but that means Tyler the Creator is probably gonna do something this year.
And then how can we not mention we haven't mentioned Yandhi.
I was gonna get to Yandhi, but I just wanted to mention Kendrick first. Oh, it's happening soon. I fucking screamed when I saw the clip of him in Africa with the choir. And album of the year. And like, what are the chances that clip will never actually make it onto the album, knowing how much he changes?
You know, when I flipped when I saw that, but I was looking up the snippets because there's so many snippets of Yandhi, and one of the snippets I clicked on was for that X song, and I clicked on it, and then it said, "Sorry, this is currently blocked for copyright." And I was like, "Oh shit, it's gonna be used." That means he's like actually doing something with the album. You know, people are there. He probably just scrapped it or whatever. It's probably not gonna happen, or he's making something else. It actually copyrighted.
Oh yeah, man. Okay, but also honestly, you know, here's my theory, because apparently it turns out that he has like a lifelong contract with EMI until he fucking fixes it, because he's totally going to do something that like revolutionizes album contracts when the case is over. I know he's going to fucking change the world somehow. I don't know. But like, my theory is Kanye is a genius, and he's known about this contract thing for a while. So whenever we hear about him like working on something and then scrapping it completely, I think he's just putting that on the back burner, perhaps. So like, when suddenly like they're like, when he wants to break free, and they'll be like, fine, you just got to give us 5 more albums. Like, I already made those 5 albums. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think he's thinking about it. Suddenly, like, we're gonna get 5 albums worth of canceled Kanye material, all fucking 50 gigabytes of whatever was on that laptop that got stolen. That's all. Like,
I was thinking, there's a possibility it might not be called Yandhi. He might just scrap the Yandhi, but I don't know. I think he might be playing along with it.
He always changes album.
Because remember, he started out the recording. He's still going to Africa, doing all this stuff, and he's still continuing that kind of. Seems like that concept, sort of.
Yeah.
He's sort of continuing it, and so it probably is still going to be Yandhi. Yeah. But I don't know.
He went to Africa. He should have called it Yandela.
Yandela, yeah.
But like, I guess Yeezus was the coolest it was ever gonna sound. I think Yandhi is like the second cool, because Yandhi doesn't sound as cool as Yeezus. So I think like he was suddenly like dug himself into the hole. Like, crap, I can't make a whole series of albums. I guess I could just make Yandhi.
Yandela. There's that meme I saw. It was like Yandela. Yard.
Yarton Youth or Ying. Like, yeah, it starts to sound less cool.
And he said the album, the theme, which he said like in that old TMZ interview. I don't that it's gonna be about like it's like a women empowerment album or whatever. But
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the Thought Patrol's gonna be shaking while I listen to it.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, I think it's funny. He did this song. He knows. He masterminds all this in his head. Like, it's funny when it's about that women empowerment, and then he has an X feature.
Oh God.
Yeah. And it's funny because the X feature like has nothing to do with like the snipper has nothing to do with the actual song. Yeah. It's just a random verse like that.
And like the verse like sort of alludes to defending X despite the allegations or something. Like that was the whole lyric.
Yeah.
Or the lyrics are even like, even if it is true, I don't know. I forget.
Yeah. I think it's funny because Kanye's feature on the X album, it's just a Kanye song. That's all it is. It's not even an X song. He just has extra vocals at the end for like 10 seconds. That's
it. What was it called? Like 1 minute?
Yeah.
1 minute! 1 minute! And then the extended scream. Like, yeah, I tried doing that on Audacity when I was 12 too, sound editors. Y'all ain't slick. I'm gonna do a fucking edit where I like Paul stretch it so it's like a 20-minute scream. Dude, Paul stretching is so fun.
But and then 6ix9ine is gonna be on it. Supposedly.
Oh my god.
That's why there's see, there's just too much hype around. Like it's just crazy. I think it might be. You know what? I would go out my way to say that this album sounds like it's. I don't think it's even really gonna be the next season. It sounds like it might not be as good, but it will sound like it. It's gonna be like a My Beautiful Dark Twisted Part 2. That's what it sounds like. He's taking his time. He's taking his time. The amount of features, the styles, Jurassic style. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like that.
Yeah, it's weird to think like with like Ye and Kid See Ghost, that would be his triumph over the Long Tribulation. But then like he's gotten just like more controversy and tribulation after the rules releases because you didn't think he could get any more. So now he's like got to do it again. He's got to redeem himself again with Yandhi. Like, how many times do we got to keep making Kanye redeem himself? He's Kanye. We all know everything will be all right in the end.
I read somewhere that I thought was interesting. I didn't know. I think one of his PR, I don't know, someone that works with him said that Ye's the spiritual successor to My Real Dark Twisted Fantasy, which seemed weird to me at first.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking about it. I was like, it actually kind of makes sense because they both ended with Nicki Minaj, and then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's almost like fantasy is like it's like a manic album, and then Ye is like the more depressive side, and then like and then but in My Beautiful Dark Twisted, the production, it's a very what's the word? Like there's a lot of layers to it. It's very there's a lot of shit going on, and then Ye is more minimal album. It's
like Roadrunner. Well, and Roadrunner has that sort of very similar heart. It has a very similar feel to Ghost Town Part 2. That sort of very soulful. It's like a fucking chant, you know. It's like an anthem. Like they both have a very anthemic feel to them.
And it's almost like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is like a romantic side, and the Ye is like the more depressive side. Then like Kid See Ghost is like none of the above, where it's like the more realized side of the Kanye. Like more happy, just realize that.
Yeah.
Because like Ye and like fantasy, like a lot of the lyrics and stuff, there's a lot of like insecurities he has about that. And there's a lot of things like that are troubling his mind, and then Kid See Ghost is the one that just accepts for what it is, kind of. It's almost, which is very deep. I saw one of those essay YouTubers talking.
Read Wikipedia articles.
Kid See Ghost explained. I sound like one of those.
How they just like you fucking read. I don't know. He reads the Wikipedia article. I'm talking about polyphonic. He just like reads the article about how Beatles recorded Helter Skelter. So they'll be like how Beatles influenced the fucking race war or something.
Yeah.
And it's literally just he reads the article on Helter Skelter and Charles Manson and shit. It's like how the Beatles invented proto metal.
You know what I can't stand is that what's his name? He's the guy that does the Before They Were Famous videos.
Ugh, yeah.
That's like the worst.
That doesn't even count as video. That doesn't even count as video essay. That's just more like YouTube gossip.
He's just reading a Wikipedia. He's just reading Wikipedia article.
Yeah. That wouldn't even count. Yeah.
It's like I could skim through a Wikipedia article in 2 minutes.
Video essays have reached a peak because I found a video essay on Over the Hedge. Talks about how the hedge isn't like doesn't have any narrative representation. Actual it just like it has no narrative point or something. It's just like it's a fucking hedge. The movie's called Over the Hedge, but the hedge is the least important aspect of the suburban forest conflict. Right. It's just like, what the fuck? We're talking about Over the fucking Hedge.
I hate
fucking Over the Hedge.
I hate the ones like that with South Park, where they have to explain the satire to you. It's like, oh well, no shit, it's a satirical show. No shit that there's satire. Like, did you know that this episode about Obama, that it's satire, this thing Obama said? It's like, well, oh, no, fuck. No shit. Like,
one thing that's becoming, one thing that's really becoming, I was like, I need to fix my levels. Okay. One subgenre of video essays that also is happening a lot is the day certain show died. Like, not all the same channels are doing that, but like they're all just mimicking. It's like the day Doctor Who died when a woman became Doctor Who. I don't know, or I don't know. I think it's like it died when the doctors went back to save Gallifrey. Like, that was a shit moment, but there's still good episodes after that. I don't know, or like the day the Simpsons, the Family Guy one was weird. It's like the day Family Guy died was the episode where Brian dies. Like, I feel like Family Guy had gone downhill years before that. How is the episode where Brian died, which was like 4 years ago, as opposed to how many fucking years Family Guy has not been funny? How was that finally the day Family Guy died? He's like, because it was a cheap fucking tactic that got replaced in the end. Okay, the show already fucking sucked before that. Like, what's new? Simpsons keeps doing that, but we all say Simpsons died back in like the fucking Principal Skinner episode where he's not Everyone says that's where Simpsons dies. Like, yeah. Fair enough. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, absolutely. The Simpsons are there. Is there like 700 or some shit? There has to be. Probably. Like, it's like, you know, another show that does it is One Piece. That's still on. They still haven't found the One Piece, and they've been searching for it for 20 years.
Jeez, then like, what happens when they're gonna find the second piece?
20 more years later.
There are 654 South Park episodes. No, Simpsons episodes. Got it.
And South Park has been on for way too long.
South Park has 283 episodes.
That show's been on for way too long.
Okay, this is hilarious. So the Google is giving me this little blurb. It's like Simpsons has 654, South Park has 283, Futurama has 140, Disenchantment has 10. Like, so are these Matt Groening cartoons or just adult cartoons? Because then why would Disenchantment be the next? I don't know why they fucking put South Park in the rest of Matt Groening's cartoons.
Wait, how many Simpsons?
There are 654 episodes of The Simpsons. I just love how it lists Disenchant. I don't know, just lists Disenchantment 10. Like, okay.
The 100th episode of Simpsons was like 27 years ago or something. I think it was on like season 5, I believe. Like how and the people are doing the voices for it, like I don't even know how they still do it. I don't get it. I mean, they're all older now, like way older.
There's no way that like they can replace any of the core cast.
No.
Like there's the controversy over Apu, but people are gonna get over that eventually. It doesn't, because everyone's gonna realize it's stupid to get angry over the Simpsons now at this point. But it's just like if they cannot replace Hank, I guess Hank is there, yeah. But no, I don't know. But no, well, what's the guy who plays Homer? They can't replace any of those actors, because the instant they do, they will immediately it will be immediately noticeable because you've never heard those characters voiced by anyone else. That's not something you can easily.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it till one of them dies.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, like they're still doing Star Wars movies after Carrie Fisher's death, but they can't. They're milking Mark Hamill for whatever they've got left in him because Carrie Fisher is dead. Han Solo is Harrison Ford is dead to Star Wars because he was doing one and he was done. God, Harrison Ford is a.
And he shows up. Then he shows up in Blade Runner with his grandpa clothes on.
He showed up to Blade Runner with the shirt that he had on.
Yeah.
The shirt he had on under the Han Solo outfit. He literally just walked off of the set to Star Wars.
He looks like you dress like my grandpa or something.
He's the fucking boomer. No, because
he's older than a boomer, I think. I don't know how old he is.
Well, I know but I'm saying, no, sorry. Deckard is in his 30s in 2019 Blade Runner timeline, so Deckard is a 30-year-old boomer. Well, actually, there is it's we never seem to think about the fact that Deckard is a millennial. Yeah, it's so weird to think this is literally the year of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Made it look so far into the future. Everyone's like, well, Elon Musk. It's nah, it's just not enough. It's not enough to be exactly like Blade Runner. There's no fucking Tyrell Corporation shit. There's a lot more. There's no.
I feel like Elon, he's a crazy inventor, dude. But I don't really see him being like a Tesla or anything.
Yeah, I don't. He's a lot more talk. He's a lot more talk and no show or action. He just keeps and that's why I think he's really reliant on all this meme stuff because that's what keeps his likability up because he just keeps him hit with the kids because so many people are just I just don't find any of Elon Musk's meme stuff funny to me, but yeah, he does meme review Elon Musk and he's dating Grimes and Grimes talks about hentai. He's literally using memes to stay alive, I think.
And then I heard that Elon is single now.
He's single? Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because Joe Rogan brags about how he's friends with Elon Musk. And in one recent podcast, and somebody asked, "Is he dating anyone?" Joe's like, "No, he's single right now."
Oh, all right.
So.
Well, hey, Grimes, hit me up. Yeah, this is a big step down, but I think you're mad cute. I love your music, Grimes. So hit me up.
Yeah, fucking. I thought that was a weird pairing.
Yeah,
when it was announced, but then it made sense. For some reason, it kind of made sense to me. I was like, yeah, it seems to make sense.
I don't. That Azalea Banks got to the situation just got so weird.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Yeah, but I don't think Elon really is a modern man. Not really.
He creates stuff, but he's not
yeah, I don't think he's the modern Einstein. He's not one of the modern scientists. Is he much of a scientist though? God, I don't even.
No, he's just an inventor. He's just an idea man.
Yeah, I think he's rich. I don't even fucking. I'm too high to remember what Elon Musk really does. I don't think he really invents stuff.
He just does the electric cars, space stuff. He just shoots stuff into space, but that's not innovating.
He's just a guy with a lot of money.
Yeah. He does whatever.
He's fucking Richie Rich, and he's going to memes.
Yeah, he's not gonna I mean, he has potential of changing the world. He has potential, but he's not changing the world right now or anything. I don't know. He's not creating, but there isn't really that much. That's the thing. Joe Rogan always talks about this shit, the virtual reality stuff, and talks about all this stuff. I mean, yeah, stuff in the future, technology is gonna get better and stuff, but there isn't really much anything new we can create.
As long as
finding the cure of cancer, maybe it's would be the big one, but like if we found that, but that's about like there's not a lot. Like
all this future stuff, it's not going to happen because it's only going to be accessible to rich people. First of all, like all these new technologies, the rich people are going to have them, and that's it. And then by the time those technologies are available to us, because they'll be hand me downs, because rich people found some new technologies, so it won't look like the future. It'll just look like just slow, rapid progress. Nothing will ever really look like the future. I don't fucking know. I got off topic there slightly. I was just trying to say like, look, all this future stuff isn't gonna happen because we still have people who are dirt poor. It just like won't work. It'll be fucking Metropolis. There's no like avoidable way of Metropolis. Like, and I'm not on any sort of partisan side. I'm not saying it's the liberals' fault or the conservatives' fault. There's literally with the wealth inequality. If a future buildings and robots spring up right now and only rich people got them, it would look like Metropolis. That's just literally it's literally bound to happen. That's the sad cycle. There's always going to be rich people on top, poor people on bottom, until Yang Gang stops that from happening. Yeah. The future is just a series of most of the futuristic stuff happening. You only kind of just see it in Facebook articles and Facebook videos and stuff like that. Like, whenever some weird new thing gets developed, we all just kind of see advertisement, or not even advertisements for it, just little news videos about it, and then we just don't kind of think about it. That's what it seems like. You hear about a person with new arms because you saw that in an article or a meme. You hear about someone who literally like fucking queefed 3D printing of a working baboon spleen. And you saw that in a fucking Facebook video or something like that. And then you don't really think about it. You don't even ask why or how.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to talk about this stuff because the World Wide Web is 30 years old too.
And this is not me saying that none of these inventions are actually happening. I'm not trying to say like, because it's all generated. It's fake. They're all special effects by the false government. I'm not trying to refer to that. I'm just saying like we don't really take so much time to think about the stuff. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just too lazy to actually click on the article. I'm hardcore projecting, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's hilarious that Elon. You remember the we're in a simulation thing? All it was Elon was asked, "Do you think we live in a simulation?" And he's like, it's possible. Like in 1 in a billion chances, yeah, probably. And then everybody everywhere, Elon Musk says there's simulation confirmed.
Or like Elon Musk I think he plays in to the. Everyone just kind of is like, oh, he's a techie guy, so he's weird and probably kind of like a robot. And so I think he kind of plays into that stuff. And then everyone's like, see, he's weird and odd. Elon Musk is scary and weird and odd. It's like, I think he's just kind of playing into the stereotypes. I don't know. I think he's just kind of riffing off of Zuckerberg. I think Zuckerberg is really not thinking about how weird and unhuman.
Can we grill some meats in his backyard?
What is this? I want Mark to give me the Zuck. Inform me of what that is.
I love that when that 10-year-old post where he's like, just got done listening to Green Day album.
New Green Day album coming out. Yeah. So excited. I thought he made that post in 2016 when the
like 10 years ago. People just keep staring at it.
So here talking about the one with 21 guns. That's fucking hilarious. But like originally when I saw that post being shared around, I thought it was a current post and he was excited for Revolution Rock, and people were just like, they just thought it was funny how excited he was for it. But no, I guess he was just really excited for fucking 21st century blowjob rants or whatever the hell.
21st century schizoid man.
20th century cock and ball torture. No,
I always thought it was funny, like when I listened to Power a long time ago. I always thought it was funny that he just used that sample abruptly. I was like, okay, what was the point? Now I listen to it, I'm like used to it, but I used to be like, what?
I didn't recognize the sample at first, so I thought the 21st century was its one thing, and then that what I thought that was the from Birthday by the Beatles. It literally sounds exactly the same. So I thought that was its own sample too. But no, I guess it's 21st Century Schizoid Man, and that drum is from 21st Century Schizoid Man. So I guess, I don't know, fucking King Crimson ripped off the Beatles. I don't know where I'm getting at this.
I think it's funny that album, that song says podcast and now and the whole cast, and then he goes on it. Well, he has like a couple times.
Well, I think it's because that Hannibal Buress kind of made his own, like, talked about how he made his own diss track. That's hilarious.
Podcast now and the whole, what was it? Podcast now and the whole cast. Tell Yeezy to kiss my ass, specifically my asshole.
I remember, oh my god, I remember like fake Kanye tweets like, especially fuck that show, Seinfeld Simpson shit posting. So funny. Oh, Simpson shit posting.
The classic YouTube videos, Kramer saying the N-word.
Kramer and my epic quest for head.
I just watched that. I watched that video like a few days ago. Again, I haven't watched it in a long time.
Oh, my favorite was it was a picture of Jerry Seinfeld and his 17-year-old girlfriend. It's like Jerry Seinfeld dropping off his underage 17-year-old girlfriend to high school after a day of not saying the N-word. Like, oh, Kramer deserves his career canceled.
I like when Kramer, Michael Richards really apologized on Letterman, and Jerry Seinfeld was there, and the audience was laughing at Michael Richards, and then Jerry's all like, "Quiet, it's not funny."
What?
Not funny.
Michael Richards was in B Movie apparently. He had like a bit part.
That was after that, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like right after. That was like the production. He probably said that.
Honestly,
the same day he probably recorded his voice.
But speaking of Michael Richards, I can only think of three things Michael Richards has really known for. Or three things I know Michael Richards from. I know him from UHF, I know him from Seinfeld, and I know him from that video of him saying.
That's it.
Yeah. Maybe Richard Spencer did a fucking TV show I didn't know before he became the leader of the new Nazi party.
Oh my god! I love there's that video I remember with Richard Spencer used. It was I think it was when the Charlottesville thing happened, and there's these SWAT coming in or whatever, and they're like I don't know, it's not SWAT. What do they call that when the
ATF?
Right? What's that?
ATF. Oh.
Yeah, when they come in and they're coming in, and Richard Spencer's like filming them, and he was all like, guys, this isn't necessary. Don't do this. Like he didn't even sound like he was like pissed off or anything. It's like, guys, please don't. No.
This sort of virtue signaling because he knew that
guys.
I think he knows the heat is on him as just
I know.
Like, the leader of the new Nazi party. But he's like, no, I'm a white identitarian. So when Charlottesville happens, he's trying to make himself look as clean and squeaky.
Is Richard Spencer actually a troll? He seems like he might. He seems like he laughs. I can't tell. Is he just like fucking?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Nazis had a set of like, you know, fucking like Nazis had a sense of humor. They liked fucking Snow White. So it's like you see Richard Spencer and you're like, is he a troll? But it's like, I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. But he does seem like a legitimate threat to like.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah. If he was a troll, then he's been doing it for quite a while.
And he's been, you know, the joke isn't funny anymore, man. It's really started to get dangerous. It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke. Fuck Richard Spencer. I'm not gonna give him the fucking benefit of the doubt.
There's like if this podcast had a bigger audience, like if any conservative internet, I call it the internet conservatives, red pillars, are watching this,
community,
they would call us like whatever cucks, and they're like, oh, you can't accept that someone else has different views than you. They always do that. They always pull that
because we don't like Nazi literal.
Yeah.
Literal white supremacy.
They always do that though. They always do that. Like,
it's like the real no. Ben Shapiro just put is like advertising his college tour with this bunch of posters. It's a poster of him, and the second poster says "Fascists tear down signs," and then he has the definition of fascist, where the definition of fascist is like people who oppose all who clamp down on views or something like that. It's just like the real fascists will tear down my sign. Got 'em, liberals. When you own a liberal epic style with logic and facts.
So lame. It's so lame. What is that one thing? Because I know Vince Vance said something recently, but there's that Candace Owens said something I read. Oh, what was it? It was so dumb.
So she said like Hitler was good, but for just Germany.
Yeah, it was just dumb. What she was trying to do was she was trying to do the whole like, oh, I'm just kind of not picking a side right now. I'm just being objective here, but it just came out like really fucking weird and like just not good. It just doesn't sound good what she said.
Let me look it up.
It's like, ugh.
Can't dance, Owens. Can't dance.
This is the problem is a lot of these people, they start out like conservative, regular conservatives, but then they start, when they go balls deep into all this stuff, this pretty much becomes their lifestyle. Is when like they start developing like fucking dark side traits or something. Just like if Trump said like fuck, if he said on TV he's like we should exterminate Jews, a lot of these people would actually defend him, and they would be all like, well, what he really means is they'll do that. They'll play mental gymnastics. Fucking it's a lot of them do. They just play mental fucking gymnastics. Just, yeah, the fucking. Are you there? I don't know what happened. You might be looking for that quote. But yeah, fucking. It's just cringy, all this shit. Like, the Vina Red Pillar is just a fucking. It's a dead meme at this point. Like, I think my internet lost connection. Ooh. Hold on. Can you hop back in and oh, technical difficulties, people. Oh. I think I'll call it a night. Okay. All right. Okay. So, ended on technical difficulty, but I'll wrap it up. What I was saying is they'll play mental gymnastics. You know, the conservatives are usually very objective people, even though they have their views. But they'll play mental gymnastics into oblivion. So, yeah, they're the worst for doing that. They're like XX and Teshan fans, you know. Yep. I was happy to be on the show. All right. Anyways, yeah, this has been a decently length podcast, and I'll see you guys later.